How to become a priority in someone's life and gain the recognition you deserve. Have you ever found yourself feeling like an afterthought in someone's life? Have you ever worked hard on something, contributed great ideas, or offered immense value to others, only to receive little or no acknowledgement? If so, you are not alone. It is an incredibly disheartening experience, especially when it involves close relationships such as family, friends, or a romantic partner. Many people struggle with the feeling of not being appreciated or prioritized by those who matter most to them. Despite your best efforts to be supportive, kind, and present, some individuals may fail to recognize your worth or even take you for granted. The reality is that expecting recognition from others can often lead to disappointment. But the good news is that there are ways to shift this dynamic and ensure that you are seen and valued. In this guide, we will explore 9 powerful strategies to help you become a priority in someone's life and receive the appreciation you deserve. By understanding and applying these steps, you can transform your relationships and ensure that those around you recognize your importance. Let's dive in. 1. Create the fear of losing you. One of the most powerful psychological tactics for increasing your value in someone's eyes is to create a sense of scarcity. People tend to take for granted what is always available, but they fear losing something valuable. When you are always present and accessible, the other person may not fully appreciate your worth. However, when they sense that you are slipping away, they start to realize what they might lose. Stop being the first to initiate conversations. If you are always the one reaching out first, texting, calling, or making plans, it sends a message that your presence is guaranteed. Instead, take a step back and allow the other person to make an effort. When they notice that your usual messages are missing, they will start to wonder why and may feel the need to reach out themselves. Reduce your availability. Being too available can sometimes make you seem less valuable. Make it clear, without directly saying so, that your time is precious. Delay your responses instead of replying instantly. Politely decline a few invitations, or suggest another time instead of always saying yes. Fill your schedule with things that matter to you: hobbies, work, personal growth, so that you are genuinely busy rather than pretending to be. This shift will make the other person realize that they are not the center of your world, and if they truly value you, they will start to prioritize you more. Engage with other people and activities. Show that your life does not revolve around one person. Spend time with friends, meet new people, and explore new interests. When they see you thriving and enjoying life without them, they will begin to feel your absence. It creates a natural sense of urgency. They don't want to lose someone who is independent, confident, and in demand. The power of subtle distance. When you start to create this emotional distance, the other person will naturally question what changed. They will begin to reflect on why they no longer have the same level of access to you, which can make them appreciate your presence even more. However, balance is key. If you distance yourself too much, the other person may assume you are no longer interested, which could lead to detachment instead of renewed attraction. The goal is to make them recognize your value, not push them away entirely. By making small yet intentional changes in your interactions, you shift the power dynamic in your favor. You remind them that you are not someone to be taken for granted. If they want you in their life, they must make an effort to keep you. 2. Stop being available all the time. Being constantly available may seem like a way to show care and dedication, but in reality, it often leads to being taken for granted. When you always say yes to every request, rearrange your plans to fit someone else's schedule, or consistently check in, it can create the impression that your time and presence are unlimited. This, in turn, can reduce the value others place on you. People tend to appreciate things that are not always readily accessible, so it's important to practice selective availability and establish boundaries that reinforce your worth. Prioritize your own life and commitments. Instead of constantly putting others first, start prioritizing your own schedule, goals, and responsibilities. Your time is valuable, and it should be treated as such. When you always accommodate someone else's needs at the expense of your own, they may not realize the effort you are making. By focusing on your own commitments, you send a message that your time is not something to be taken lightly. It's perfectly okay to be supportive and available when necessary, but it's equally important to ensure that your availability is not unconditional. People are more likely to appreciate your presence when they see that you have other priorities in your life. Set clear boundaries and stick to them. Being available all the time can make it seem like you are always at someone's disposal. To prevent this, set boundaries that define when and how you interact with others. Instead of immediately responding to every message or call, take your time before replying. If someone asks you for a favor or invites you to something, don't feel obligated to say yes every time. It's okay to decline if it doesn't fit your schedule. Stop rearranging your plans just to accommodate someone else. Your time is just as important as theirs. By setting these boundaries, you subtly reinforce the idea that your presence is not something that should be taken for granted, but rather something that should be valued. Let them wonder about your availability. Mystery and unpredictability can make someone appreciate you more. When they always know where you are and that you're always available, there's no reason for them to make an effort. Instead, create a little bit of uncertainty. Be busy with your own life and interests. Engage in activities that keep you occupied so that you don't always seem to be waiting around for them. Sometimes let calls or messages go unanswered for a while. This creates space for them to miss you. Don't always be the one initiating contact. Give them a chance to reach out to you instead. When someone starts to feel like they don't have unlimited access to you, they naturally begin to appreciate and value the moments they do get to spend with you. Final thoughts. By practicing selective availability, setting clear boundaries, and allowing a bit of uncertainty, you encourage others to see your time as something valuable. This doesn't mean playing games or intentionally ignoring people. It simply means respecting yourself enough to ensure that others respect you too. When people realize that your time is not guaranteed, they are more likely to cherish it when they do have it. You are not an option that's always available at their convenience. You're a person with your own life, priorities, and self-worth. 3. Cultivate an aura of mystery. People are naturally drawn to the unknown. There is something inherently intriguing about a person who isn't entirely predictable or easily figured out. If you reveal too much about yourself too quickly, you eliminate the curiosity and excitement that come with discovery. Instead, maintaining a sense of mystery can make you more captivating and increase your value in the eyes of others. Don't lay everything out at once. It's natural to want to connect with others by sharing your experiences, thoughts, and feelings, but revealing everything too soon can take away the excitement of getting to know you. Instead of oversharing, offer just enough information to spark curiosity, while leaving some details unexplored. If someone asks about your past or personal life, give an intriguing but concise response. Let them ask follow-up questions instead of telling them everything up front. Share experiences selectively. Rather than telling your entire story in one go, allow it to unfold over time. By doing this, you invite people to invest effort into learning more about you, which strengthens their interest and engagement. Let curiosity work in your favor. When someone feels like there is more to you than what meets the eye, they will naturally be drawn to uncover what lies beneath the surface. Instead of always being an open book, allow the other person to take the initiative in getting to know you. Instead of constantly offering information, let them ask questions. When people make an effort to learn about you, they value what they discover more. Avoid oversharing on social media. Posting every aspect of your life removes the sense of wonder and curiosity that keeps people interested. Occasionally surprise others by revealing something unexpected about yourself, a new skill, a past experience, or an insightful perspective they never saw coming. By keeping a few layers of yourself hidden, you create depth and dimension, making people more eager to understand you. Hold some parts of your life back. Not everything needs to be shared immediately. Keeping certain aspects of your life private until trust is established ensures that the right people get access to the deeper parts of you. Be selective about who gets to know your vulnerabilities, dreams, and personal struggles. Let trust develop naturally before opening up completely. Avoid explaining everything you do or justifying every decision. Let some things be left to interpretation. Keep your emotions balanced. Even when you're excited or upset, don't always make it obvious. This unpredictability keeps others intrigued. A little mystery sparks curiosity, and curiosity keeps people invested in discovering more about you over time. Final thoughts. The most interesting people are those who can't be fully figured out in a single conversation or interaction. By sharing selectively, letting curiosity build, and maintaining certain personal boundaries, you make yourself more engaging and unforgettable. People are drawn to those who hold a quiet confidence and an air of intrigue, someone who keeps them guessing, keeps them engaged, and keeps them wanting more. Don't be an open book. Be a novel with chapters worth turning. 5. Prioritize yourself first. Before expecting anyone else to put you first, you must first prioritize yourself. Self-respect and self-care set the foundation for how others will treat you. If you constantly sacrifice your own needs to please someone else, they will assume that your time, energy, and emotions are limitless. By making yourself a priority, you send a clear message: you are valuable and your well-being matters. Set personal goals and stick to them. You should have dreams, ambitions, and goals that are independent of any relationship. When you build a life that is fulfilling on its own, others will naturally respect and admire you. Focus on personal development, whether it's fitness, career, education, or self-improvement. Don't let someone else's plans constantly dictate your schedule. Show that you have direction and purpose beyond just relationships. Do what makes you happy and fulfilled. Many people lose themselves in relationships, neglecting the things that once brought them joy. Instead of depending on someone else for happiness, make sure you cultivate it within yourself. Spend time on hobbies, interests, and passions that bring you happiness. Surround yourself with positive, uplifting people who appreciate you. Live a life that excites you and you love your life. Others will be drawn to your energy. When you prioritize your own happiness, you naturally become more attractive, respected, and valued. 6. Avoid making them the center of your universe. One of the biggest mistakes people make is placing too much importance on one person. While deep connections are meaningful, making someone your entire world can create an unhealthy dynamic. If someone feels like your happiness depends entirely on them, they may start to take you for granted. Maintain a balanced life. rather than revolving your world around them. Ensure that you have a full, well-rounded life. Spend quality time with friends and family. Don't neglect important relationships just because of one person. Invest in personal growth by learning new skills, traveling, or pursuing new experiences. Make sure you have interests, activities, and passions that exist outside of the relationship. Show that you are independent. Independence is attractive. When someone sees that you can be happy and fulfilled on your own, they naturally respect you more. Avoid becoming overly dependent on their presence or attention. Keep certain aspects of your life personal mystery adds value. Live a life that is exciting and fulfilling, with or without them. By demonstrating that you have a full, meaningful life, you subtly signal that your presence is something they need to work for. Seven, stop initiating communication constantly. Are you always the one reaching out first? Always checking in, sending messages, or making plans? If so, you may be unintentionally creating a dynamic where the other person doesn't feel the need to make an effort. Take a step back. If you stop initiating, observe what happens. Does the other person reach out on their own, or do they disappear? Do they show interest in maintaining the connection? Are they putting in any effort when you stop doing all the work? This is a simple but powerful way to gauge someone's true level of investment in you. Give them space to show effort. If someone truly cares about you, they will naturally find ways to connect. If they don't, then you have your answer. It may be time to reevaluate the relationship. 8. Find happiness within yourself. A fulfilling life doesn't come from external validation, it comes from within. If you rely on someone else for happiness, you give them too much power over your emotional well-being. Instead, focus on creating your own joy. Engage in activities that excite and inspire you. Build self-confidence so that your happiness isn't dependent on someone's attention. Find fulfillment outside of relationships, whether it's through work, creativity, travel, or spirituality. When you radiate genuine happiness and confidence, people are naturally drawn to your positive energy. 9. Be willing to walk away. The most powerful thing you can do is be willing to walk away from anything or anyone that doesn't respect or value you. This isn't about playing games, it's about knowing your worth. Walking away sends a strong message. If someone consistently fails to prioritize you, they need to understand that your presence is not guaranteed. It shows that you have self-respect and will not settle for less. It forces them to recognize what they are losing. It ensures that you are not stuck in a relationship where you are unappreciated. Some people only realize how much they value someone once they're gone. And if they don't, then they were never truly invested in the first place. Final thoughts. The way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. By prioritizing yourself, maintaining balance, and ensuring that people invest in you, you naturally attract respect, admiration, and genuine appreciation. Never forget your presence in someone's life is a privilege, not a given. The moment you start treating it that way, others will too.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.